So Tony Rouse International actually started 10 years ago. My background is in marketing and branding. And so what I did, I actually had this cool experience. I called it the Atlanta Food Rave, where it was a collection of the hottest chefs from all over the city coming together for a night of food, fun, and live entertainment. Well, that went on to win an award, and then from that point, I was able to do different marketing opportunities, different branding opportunities as a creative consultant. Well, come to find out, about, let's say 3 or 4 years ago, I launched my first candle, which is called Scent by Tony Rouse. Rave reviews, because the whole thing behind our candle launch was I was looking to build a hotel. And so it was like, well, I didn't have $50 million to build a hotel, but I knew if I could create maybe what it would smell like, that would be a start. And so that's kind of where we started in the candle series. Now we have 6 new fragrances that we've just launched. We also have colognes, and we do clothing as well. Oh, wow. Here's the thing. People before your product will always yield profit on your projects. No matter how you do what you do, it is going to require people. You can do Instagram ads, you can do Facebook ads, you can do any kind of digital marketing, you can do anything, but it's still going to be people. So I would tell you how we do our stuff. I mean, we've done Instagram ads, we've done Facebook ads, so the digital side of it. I'm still flashy. We've actually had a billboard in the middle of Times Square. So we go to a whole nother level in what we do. But the biggest thing is we connect to people. One of the things I've always seen that just works really, really well for us is just make a great product. Because the reality is if you can make a great product, people will want to buy it because it's actually good. A lot of times people want to throw some trash together and then they want to like market it up and say, hey, this is amazing, and it's just not. So we actually take a lot of time building the product. I can't even tell you how many different prototypes we've had and how many times I like to break it before people buy it. And so that's just kind of my approach. So again, it leads to great advertising and great marketing, but the reality is it starts with a great product. It depends. So here's the deal. I'm an employed entrepreneur. The key point of being an employed entrepreneur is you make your main hustle fuel and fund your side hustle until you can build up your side hustle to do other things. Now, the great thing about me is that I actually like my job, and I really, in a sense, I love it. The reason why, I'm working in an industry that I actually care about. I actually work in the home appliances industry, which kind of touches on the culinary side, which I'm really, really interested in. So my background is working with high-end brands, and so I work for a high-end brand company. And so because of that, my work is not really work. So I enjoy everything I do. I mean, we tie in the culinary side of it. We tie in home appliances. It's something that I really enjoy. But going to your question about like how long do I spend? It depends on, and the reality is it depends on which job. Because my normal 9 to 5, I'm fortunate enough to where our schedules are flexible. So I'll normally work, if you will, 9 to 9 or sometimes 9 to 12, depending on, going from 9 to 5 for my main thing and then working from 6 to 10, 6 to 12 on our other businesses, which is so awesome because, again, because I love what I do in all aspects of it, it doesn't feel like work at all. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. And so the thing about greatest fear, I don't believe in fear at all. I believe in faith completely. I think the thing is, sometimes some people say, well, a little bit of fear is healthy. No, a little bit of fear will get you killed, because the thing is, if you don't fully believe in what you're doing, you are going to not make it. So the reality is there is nothing that I fear, because my full faith, and this is the reality, really want to make sure I say this, my full faith is in God. I trust Him because we have a relationship. See, a lot of times people want to go into something with not having a full foundation and understanding. That's the difference between me. I'm like, look, Lord, what are we about to do? I don't take a step without getting insight on what He needs me to do. And the reason why that's important is because when things happen, when challenges arise, I have to know that, all right, what am I supposed to be doing? Okay, cool, then we can keep going. So fear doesn't bother me. And because I have to realize it's like I can't be led by any stretch of the imagination, not even 1 ounce, not even, it's no such thing as healthy fear. Healthy fear will get you hurt. It's funny. So the Christian saved answer, success is fulfilling the will of God for your life. But that's the reality of it. Success is like, what has been put inside of you to get done? Like, you think about it, a lot of times we look at XYZ person and say, oh, they're successful. Well, a stay-at-home mom is successful, because if she was called to be a mother to some great kids that end up being, amazing in life or whatever, she's successful. So success really is you fulfilling whatever that vision, that dream, that plan that God has dropped on the inside of you. That's success. And the thing is, being happy with it, because here's a great thing, it's contentment that comes with that. When you realize that you are walking the path of God for your life, that's success all day. I would say stay humble. I was popping off. Like, the great thing about it, I mean, you're getting awards, you're getting all this excitement, you're getting all these things happening, which is amazing, right? But I think the one thing you always have to look at is humility. It's like, I'm not as good as I think I am, but I'm not as bad as I think I am either. So because of that, you have to make sure that you maintain a level of humility. Really more like, hey, what am I supposed to do? How do I do it? God walk with me in the process. So I think that's the one thing about starting over, because again, I would also make sure I take my time. I wouldn't try to rush into anything, because just as quick as I had this amazing award-winning experience and all these other kind of things, I spent a lot of money. I would probably count the cost more. I would probably look at things a little bit differently. But at the same time, you know, I realize a lot of times we want to beat ourselves up for making a mistake, when the reality is we just made a decision. So if you can own and have accountability for the decision that you've made, or the decisions that you've made, you can honestly give yourself grace to say, okay, I made a bad decision, but you know what, on this next situation, I'm going to make a better decision, so it's going to bring me to a better place. So that's how I would say that. I think tips and tricks and advice and kind of how we look at all of that is realizing that every day is an opportunity. And John Maxwell had an amazing book. It says, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. See, the negative side that a lot of people want to say is that sometimes I lose. But no, you never lose if you've learned something, because now you know what not to do. And so therefore, as you continue to go, as you continue to grow, you'll be able to be in a much better place and position. Read. Read, read, read. You need to be reading something all the time. I mean, you have things in your industry, you have other things that will be relevant to you. You need to be fully aware of everything that's happening around you all of the time. It is necessary. Of course, personally, I read the Bible. Most people even look at it like, why would you read the Bible? Well, in one part, even in Proverbs, it's like, there is great wisdom in a multitude of counsel. So you may need to get wisdom and insight, just little nuggets and stuff that'll just kind of help you out along the way. But also too, some people tend to read like the Wall Street Journal and stuff like that. You can do that. I mean, I think the great thing is even being up on like Inc. and Forbes and Fortune. I mean, whatever your industry is, you want to find out who are the game changers, who are the people coming up, and then just kind of being aware of what's around you. So read.